welcome to MCs and MVPs. My
What
name
up?
is Aramis, and this is Jordy. As you can see, we're missing one person. Like usual, JT is out. JT is out with something. Doing something. Well, he's sick this time. He actually got an excuse this time. He texted us this morning. He was sick.
At home hugging his toilet.
Yeah. And that's what you get for, I don't know, being sick.
Being sick. I don't know.
Being sick, I guess. For someone who's has a sick nature, or I guess I have an autoimmune disease, JT gets sick more than me. I'm just saying. But anyway, we can shit on JT all day and throughout this whole episode, but he's not here, so it's not fair not to do it in front of his face. So, but we'll be talking about today the Eminence of Shadow, one of my new favorite shows. I recently just finished because
Season 2 just dropped, so he decided to catch up.
I got to do a lot of catching up on a lot of new shows.
Who you and me both.
But man, so today, what you like about the show, Jared?
So, the very first thing that I liked was like, from episode 1, you understood what his goals were. He was like, I don't really care about the nuance of things. He's like, I want to be this character that I've made in my head. And to be that character, I got to do this, this, and this. And then he set about to do it in the normal world. He's like, you just can't do it in the real world the way that I want to do it.
And then this crazy ass dude decides to, first, he was banging his head against a freaking boulder in the middle of the woods, and then he runs out and jumps in front of the damn truck. Excuse my language, but he jumps in front of the doggone truck.
Now, granted, he was in a stint of like almost insanity in that moment, so he wasn't meaning to jump in front of a truck.
Man.
But he did jump in front of a truck.
I was like, within the first 2 episodes, they didn't really explain it to, I think, really explain it to like this 3rd episode. I was like, so the main, because at first it gives off that the girl is the main character. It seems like the girl in his high school, the main character. Until you realize, because
you thought that the whole time,
huh?
I mean, because he was doing a little voiceover thing the whole time.
I know, but still, I was like, well, so I mean, I guess this is, I thought he was doing it for her, but and then I thought that she was the main character up until I realized that he was reincarnated into the other world. I was like,
because I've said it before, isekai is my favorite genre. I didn't know that show was an isekai until I started watching that first episode, and he got sent over. I thought he was just gonna do some shit in like the normal world. I was like, okay, cool. Let's see what he on. Let's watch him become Batman.
What? That's
when
why
he died, and I was like, oh.
I was like, hold up. I don't think this is supposed to happen. I was so confused. I was like, that's why I was like, I think Homegirl is the main character because
he just died, so it got to be somebody else.
It's got to be somebody else.
It's like, this is her trying to take up the mantle of the guy who saved her.
Or something. I was like, so confused.
See, that's a B story that they haven't got to yet.
Because I was just so confused. But it was so good because he beat these dudes up with 2 crowbars. And then the next thing, all of a sudden you flash forward, he got hit by a doggone truck. I was like,
oh, he was talking cash shit when he was fighting them too. It was just like, yeah, man, I'm ex-military. It ain't gonna go out like that. He's like, yeah, a crowbar is probably not enough, but 2 crowbars.
Oh man, but overall, man, that season got. I'm talking about this dude is so stupid, like stupid as in a good way. But this dude is so funny. He's so crazy. He's like, yeah, I could kill my sister, but I'd like being the side character. Like, I don't want to be the main protagonist. But all the time, what all the time. He's like, I'm just gonna play the background. So he lets his sister get away with beating her, beat him in the swords, the training, and all this fun stuff. Meanwhile, this dude went off and built him a whole army of like shadow women who's been they've been I guess infected with the demon's blood or whatever.
Yep.
Because I mean later on in the season you find out that there was a trial and they were getting experiment on,
which he didn't actually know about. He was just kind of
making up stuff.
He was just bullshitting. He was just straight up bullshitting.
But somehow he ended up being right. I don't know how, but he ended up being right.
Because and even like in that early part, because I know JT had mentioned, he's like, how does he keep being right about certain stuff? And it's like, he's not. All he's doing is doing a vague overview of something that might be going on, and then they have a network that's so huge and expansive that they do enough digging to find out, oh, well, he's kind of right. And then they're like, oh, he's so all-encompassing. He knows everything that's going on everywhere. And it's like, no, motherfucker guessed. But if you dig deep enough in a corrupt society, you find corruption. It's like,
at least he ain't like on Overlord, Eyes Old Gold. Because that Joker, he just let Dinklage just talk for him. He's like, oh, yeah, that's exactly what I meant. Like, nah, Joker, you had no clue.
He was like, sure. Yeah, that's exactly what did you think I meant?
I was like,
clearly you're doing this. Very smart of you.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it's crazy. But I'm talking about it was awesome. I'm talking about and we was talking about this earlier, Jordan. I was like, man, I think at this point, the more I dig into these different animes like this, I believe. Man, One Piece is. I'm starting to think that One Piece has its moments of greatness, but it's very overrated. Overall, yes, because it's the longest ever anime. Blah 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 blah. We don't care. But season by season, it don't stack up to a lot of these animes. Like season by season.
Yeah, if you cut arcs out, and even if you treat it like any of the normal animes that are coming out, if you cut out 12 episode chunks into like beginning of arcs and whatnot, and like put them side by side against some of your favorite new or even old gen anime, it's like, nah, some of these arcs in One Piece don't stack up to them. They just don't. Like, you can't have half your fan base say, oh, Long Island was boring, and then say, oh, every bit of One Piece is peak. And it's like, really? Because we were just talking about how Long Island could probably be skipped. It's like, you didn't skip it, but you could if you wanted to. And a bunch of people shit on Thriller Bark. And it's like, I understand it being your favorite. And I still think it's a great show. The problem is some people don't want to give it any type of flack whatsoever. And it's like, listen, there are problems with the show. No show is 100% just great.
Except one. Yu Yu Hakusho. Period. Yeah.
I'll give you Yu Yu Hakusho.
That's the only one I can think about. Because everybody else I would say Dragon Ball Z, but Dragon Ball Z, everybody say Dragon Ball Z take too long, which they do sometimes. But
I mean, there's moments in Dragon Ball Z where it tapers off. There's moments in like the Four Beast arc, Four Beast Castle for Yu Yu Hakusho. Not all of that was great.
Nah.
So it was
it's closest to perfection though, to me.
Yeah, I was like, because it wasn't a bad arc, but certain stuff.
Yeah.
I think they should have fleshed out more seeing when they went to the Dark Tournament, because it's still the best tournament in all of anime to me. I do think it would have been better to flesh out some of the Demon versus Demon teams, because all you saw was when they were going up against Yusuke, and it was like, all right, I have no comparison of you versus other people to like hype me up for you to come fight them. Other than sometimes they would have people watch a fight and they'd be like, yeah, it was over this quickly. And I was like, that means nothing to me. I don't know who those people were. And it's like, you mean this random cannon fodder came up to fight Jin, the fucking flying monk dude, and he ended him in a second? And it's like, yes, he did. That means nothing to me. Still great.
Yes.
But on The Eminence, it's one of those shows where it's like, a lot of people hate on shows where the main character is OP, especially when they're like OP from the beginning. And it's like, when he got to the other world, he was OP.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
From what we saw from him when we got to the other world, it was like, nah, he's already OP, like, as a kid. Like, he's on other shit. His whole little... The fact that he made their uniforms out of the slime thing, like, he was already on a whole nother level when he went to that to that other world.
What got me was, since I just finished up this morning, man, what got me was, first, two things that really got me. This mofo, first of all, he understood. Well, no, I'll make it three. First and foremost, he understood that after he got A, B, C, D in order, they had to grow up. So they disbanded. They left to him when he was a kid after they initially got it. They went off and they did their own thing.
Pause. That was their idea. He did not send them off.
I know, but okay, fair enough.
That wasn't on him at all.
Well, fair enough. Okay,
that's another one of those. Hey, you lucked out, and they went off and did, and it was like, hey, people were like, hey, Shadow built this company. She built the company.
I was about to say, well, never mind. Then I guess I ain't got nothing to say because one of the points was gonna be how they had the whole thing at the end, the training. Mm-hmm. So she built
all he built was the initial like 5 girls.
Yeah, the initial
like A through E, I think, is all he built. But then one day,
found them.
Yeah, he found them and he did train them and brought them up and like taught them some things and whatnot. Right. But other than that, the whole rest of Shadow Garden, they made. I think he gave them the name, but other than that, they went out and built that themselves.
That's crazy. And he was like, yeah, I know eventually they'll show up.
Yeah, because even when they showed up, and he was like, yeah, it was like, when they first left, he was like, well, yeah, I couldn't expect them to play along with my game for my playing pretend forever. Right. So he was like, no, they understood that this wasn't real. And then later on, he's like, they don't understand that wasn't real. Like, I thought with age you would understand. I was like, no, I was just giving you like a reason to live and stuff like that. Like, I was just playing around. This was jokes. And then it was like, oh no, y'all found something about what I said.
Well, it was actually real.
Well, now I gotta stay. Now I gotta stand on it and also, well, shit, this helps me. It's like,
and he is old. The fun thing was, I like the part in the end when he was fighting the, I guess she's Alpha's. She's related to Alpha?
Yeah, her older sister.
Is that older sister? I thought she said she's looking for a niece or something like that.
I thought it was sister. But it might have been sibling. Not sibling.
Related.
Yeah, relative.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm pretty, but anyway. I was like, I think because she like, I smell Alpha. I'm like, well, she looks like Alpha. So I'm pretty sure she's looking for Alpha.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure on that too.
So I was like, when he was fighting her and
the redhead.
And he was like, I'm going to take over the world. He put the little shield over everything, the whole town and everything. And then all of a sudden, he's like, I could do it this way, but
I'm not going
to. So he just made a big old light in the sky and then disappeared. I was like, what the fuck?
It was like, his whole little stint on being mundane man, though.
Oh.
I was like, so you're Sid, you're mundane man, and you're Shadow, and you're just being all three of these people every day, trying to do different
and you
shit.
avoid your doggone sister.
And I respect it.
And he got a doggone friend that's in gambling debt. Like,
that was I rewatched like all 3 of the episodes where they were like in the tournament just to watch the friend. Because if you look, like, because I watched it subbed, so I don't know about dub, but I watched it subbed. So they were subtitling everything he was saying while they were doing other shit. So in big subtitles, you would see the main conversation happening, and then the side he'd be like, "How the fuck am I losing? I have no more money left."
You should definitely watch it. You should definitely watch it in dub. Like, it is funny as hell. I laughed so hard. I was like,
that man is ruined.
I I'm like, how come Sid just won't tell this man just to vote, just to, hey, put like 1,000 whatever on Monday, man, or whatever to win a match or something.
No.
Sid like, nah, like when he saw his sister and he was freaking out. He was like, give me money, Sid, and he was like, oh shoot, there go my sister. All right, I'm going to my room, get changed. He grabbed his butt and jumped out the window while he's panicking, talking about give him some money. I was like, God doggone it, man.
He's like, no, I'm not gonna help you gamble because you're not good at it.
And then he listened to old Goldie, the Goldie dude with the suit. He was like, oh, I know exactly where his power level is.
It's like, I know about this, and this. You know, he's undefeated. And it's like, all right, well, okay, I understand you betting on him that first match. And then he got waxed by Mundane Man. It was such a simple move. And it was like, I didn't even see what happened. That was a fluke. Won't trust it.
Well, the thing is, the homegirl, the purple, the lavender colored girl with the hair, Mundane B, she explained why he's undefeated because he beats lower level competition, and if he meets somebody with a challenge, you know, he ends up like withdrawing,
figuring out a reason to not do it or something like that.
So it don't affect his record. I said, oh Lord. But man, I said, and then the funny thing, when he was a baby, he was like, oh, I guess I'm supposed to be crying. They thought something was wrong with him. Like, I said, oh boy.
And I pooped myself.
So man, I'm talking about the more I dig into these shows, hopefully I'm able to continue because my schedule is subject to change with other stuff. But not just the baby, but with work wise as well. Man, I've been enjoying it, man. I think for me next is Goblin Slayer, since Goblin Slayer second season is coming out. Man, so I'm excited. Eminence Shadow was, I have to put that in one of my favorite shows of all time. I mean, it's just like, I'm going to say it again.
Like there's
for the people in the back.
I can't see a complaint for that season.
Me neither.
Like I can't, like, at all. Like I would have to, like even seeing, like, if I see someone complain about it, I would assume that they're nitpicking like the craziest shit.
Right.
Like you would have to be like, I can't imagine, like right now, like I can't remember a bad thing about the Eminence and Shadows first season.
I'm talking about it. And it was 20 episodes. If you give me another 20 episodes just like that, if not better, like Bleach. Like if you just, Bleach came back with vengeance, man. Yeah. Like I'm talking about vengeance. It's nothing since Bleach came out. No offense to all the One Piece fans, but One Piece had made the whole Bleach jockstrap in a long time since this came back out. I'm talking about action on action on action with the story. I'm talking about to top it all off, and everything is explained and it makes sense, and it's damn near perfect. And I'm like, this is what we had to wait over 10 plus years for. Like to get, but it was, if you gonna come out and do this, okay, it was worth it. Now we complained for 10 plus years or whatever years, but dog, I'm talking about it is amazing.
Because we complained for about 6. But when they said no, we're doing it, and then when the freaking voice actors came through and was like, no, I'm coming back, and they were like, hey, we're pushing it back so it can be good. So we complained for about 6 for her knowing nothing. Okay. And then we complained for a year because they said yes, but wouldn't give us no info.
Gotcha.
But then for those 3 years after that, most diehard Bleach fans was like, take your time. Take however much time you want because we want it to be amazing.
Yes, and it is. It is so good. It's so good.
Zom 100, take the lesson.
Like, oh, please.
Because you're good. Zom 100 is good, but that whole, hey, we have a hiatus for 2 weeks between episode 7 and 8, and then we're on just hiatus after episode 9. And it's like, hey, nah, that's not a good look.
For real. So, man, I'll teach you. I'm enjoying it. I look forward to Goblin Slayer and the new seasons.
I think it was Delta. Delta's my favorite.
Oh, Delta's a bad chick. Because remember when she was fighting the homeboy, what the hell is called? The the ultimate evil people, the demon's blood, whatever the hell it's called.
Whatever they call it.
What's it called? God dog. The ultimate evil. Oh, this ain't even the right thing. Anyway, but yeah. But when they fighting the old dude that was part of the research and all that stuff doing the experiments on the kids.
The one who basically did the multi-shadow clone jutsu dude?
Yeah, that guy. And like when Delta was fighting him, Delta was like, he was like,
I'm just gonna make more of me. Please do.
Yeah.
Please do.
And Delta was like, you know what? I got enough slime to cover my nipples and my vajayjay. She pretty much went to like, just like
full on primal shit.
Like not just primal shit, but she just really went to like a thong and then some wash collar and then like something to cover her boobs, like a little ring to come. And like, she was kicking his ass.
She was like, "Let me get this loincloth on real quick."
I'm talking about. He was like, "There's no way," because I guess she did her finishing move when she had the big old pad and she whacked out like 100 of him. He was like, "What the hell is going on here?"
It's good. She probably wouldn't have even done that if it wasn't for the fact that the rest of the group was there. Like, it wasn't for the fact that Alpha and the rest of them were behind her. It was like, I don't care about losing this slime at all. Like, the only person who's gonna see me naked is about to die. Yes. Who cares? It doesn't matter. And you just keep making more of you, so I get to just slaughter you for a while. And I was like, oh yeah.
I like the fact that Alpha is an alpha because what's her name?
Delta? I'm pretty sure it was Delta.
Delta was like, Alpha was like,
we're
Delta.
We're leaving.
She's like, okay. She's like, okay. She's like, first she's like, no, I want to come. And she was like, we're leaving. And then next thing you know, she's like, okay. She's like, don't hurt me. I was like, yes.
I was like, what did you do to that girl? What did you do to that?
For real. I'm like, I love it so much. And this season better not be a flop. I hope this season. I just, what I'm afraid of? See, I get there's the two ends of the spectrum. You got what can ultimately happen with like Bleach, and it just continues to be better and better and better. And then you also got, on the other hand, you got what happened to the kids that got adopted. What's it called?
Kids that got adopted.
With the evil place and. They got adopted. They had to escape because the aliens.
Oh, Promised Neverland.
Yeah, you could. Ultimately, it happened to Promised Neverland because if anybody know what I'm talking about, how season 1 was immaculate. Season 2, dog boo boo. like it was just trash. Writers got fired during the season. Writers stopped writing. People point fingers at each other, producers, and it was just dog water. And they need to redo that season with a whole new crew, period, because season 1 was immaculate. So that's what I'm afraid of. Hope it don't happen, but yeah, that's all I got. So Jordan, you got anything else?
No, I think I pretty much got with it.
Man, I'm excited for this season. I'm not like Jordy nor JT. I let them get a couple of episodes, maybe at least get the first dub out, and then I kind of like, yeah, okay, cool. Unless we all agree to try to watch the stuff week to week, and like we did. What's the one show with Gabriel Maru and all the folks?
Oh, Hell's Paradise.
Yeah, like unless we try to do Hell's Paradise, which was. I didn't have no issues watching that in sub because that was another show that was ridiculously really, really good. And
I'm really hoping they get a second season too, sometime quick.
Like for real. So, but we'll stay tuned.
Especially for me, that's why my list. I told you I have a list of stuff that I've watched, so that later on, if I fall off of it, I can go back and be like, let me see if you had a new season or something like that. That's why just about every 12 to 13 weeks, I got about 8 things to put in that list because I watched it week to week. So I already put a bunch of shit that I was like right here coming up, and I got a couple of things to finish up, and they'll be going on the list.
Well, hell, we got the next video will be about the fall lineup, and then hell, at some point we'll check. Before the year's end what the winter lineup looks like, because hopefully we get some more shows that we've watched and we've enjoyed. not just we watched, but we watched and enjoyed.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that's it. Stay tuned to the next video. Good luck. Good luck with the One Piece stuff, and then also, hopefully, did Jujutsu Kaisen finish up season 2?
I mean, you can click on it real quick.
But do you know if it finished season 2?
Well, it tells you. Scoot down. Oop, still releasing.
Oh, it's still releasing. Oh.
It's slated for 23 episodes.
Oh, 23 in season 2?
Slated for 23, still releasing.
Oh.
You gotta look at what the app gives you, man.
I'm
the
sorry.
site gonna give you a lot of information.
I see. I'm sorry. Well, never mind. Well, hopefully Jujutsu Kaisen continues to be good, great. Like, that's the show I gotta catch up on. Any recommendations before we get out of here?
No, because we're literally about to do a video where we talk about upcoming stuff that we like.
I mean recommendations for things that, some stuff, they got stuff that's in right now, and then, we gonna talk about the stuff that's to come, that's coming out now, or that's about to be released within the month. So
Watch King and Ashura.
okay, I can't watch King of Syria because the graphics is boo boo. But with that being said, peace.